Hello, welcome to my kitchen. I live here in northern Derbyshire in England, and I love to cook and I love to try historic cookery recipes. And today I would like to make a pigeon with you. I've never had pigeon before, but I've read about it so often and I've wanted to try it for many years. So we're going to have a go with it today. When I had my previous Stuart Saturday Live guest, historian Gareth Russell, on the show, he told me that he had eaten one at a pub and enjoyed it. And when he told me that, I became even more determined to try one myself. I happened upon a frozen pigeon, which was stocked in the farm shop at Chatsworth, and I bought it, and I've been looking forward to making it. So, for this recipe, I will be largely following what I found on page 34 of A Book of Cookery, which was published in London in 1650. Now, the recipe couldn't be simpler. It literally says, season them with pepper and salt and butter. So that's pretty straightforward. Now, I have a fan-assisted oven, and I've set that to 170 degrees Celsius. For those who do not have a fan-assisted oven, you could put it to 190 degrees Celsius or approximately 374 degrees Fahrenheit. Since this is a very small bird, and this is what we have right here, I'm using quite an old Le Creuset dish here. And you can see it's about the size of my hands together. Here we go. Very small bird. It won't take as long to cook, like, for example, a chicken would. So it won't need so long in the oven. I intend to check it in about 25 minutes once we finish the preparations. Let's have a look at the ingredients, shall we? Here I'm using some British butter. Now, there was no amount recommended, so you can use whatever amount you judge best. Now, I've probably used too much here, so I shan't use it all. Next, we have rosemary. Now, this rosemary is something that I've had growing in my garden for a few years. Rosemary is a herb that has been used in England for centuries, and I grow various historic herbs. So these sprigs have been freshly cut from my garden. I read up about which herbs go best with pigeon, and rosemary is recommended as it complements the gamey taste of this meat. It is also a herb that people in Stuart Britain would have known and used. So I also have some of this. This is black peppercorns. These are here. And we also have an English salt. And salt is, of course, one of the oldest flavor-enhancing minerals. I'm now going to use my mortar and pestle to make a finer consistency for the salt and the peppercorns. Time to get grinding. That's looking quite nice now. Now I'm going to take my lovely pigeon here, and I'm going to add the ingredients. All right then, let's put it in the oven. We'll check on it in 25 minutes. Oh, here we are. That looks rather nice. Okay, so I did take it out after about 28 minutes, 25, 28 minutes, and I basted it again, and it looks quite nice. So, let's see if it's tasty. All right, here we are. There we are. Got a little piece here. Let's see. Well, I've had a few moments to consider what that pigeon tasted of, and I initially thought it was more like liver. But after a few moments of just processing the aftertaste and everything, I think it's more like bone marrow, like the inside of a chicken bone. It's a very distinctive flavor, so perhaps not to everyone's taste, but certainly it was a really interesting project, and I enjoyed it, and I can understand why some folks in the Stuart period would have found this type of meat delicious. So yeah, it's lovely to try things that we normally won't have now. I mean, we generally, if we are meat eaters, those of us who have meat will usually have chicken, beef, that sort of thing, lamb. but yeah, I've rarely had that kind of flavor. And really, I really think it's more like marrow, bone marrow. So very interesting, very distinctive, gamey. The addition of the rosemary, which was not part of the original recipe, I think only enhanced it. So I'm glad I did add the rosemary. Overall, I thought it was a very interesting thing to do, and I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's a sort of metallic taste as well. So perhaps not completely pleasant, but still nice enough to enjoy. So thank you for joining me on this segment. I hope you enjoyed it.